Hi guys, it's Jacqueline and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4, and today I'm building in Oasis Springs. I am building a mid-century modern house. It is for the Not So Berry challenge, so it is going to be very mint color themed. So I don't know how useful it would be if you want to just play in a regular old mid-century modern house, but for the Not So Berry challenge I think it'll be good. And it is, yeah, it's pretty tiny because I only have one sim living there right now. Obviously, at some point I'm going to need to put it in a nursery. Could be sort of problematic because it is on a 20 by 15 by 20 lot, so that might not be the greatest choice I've ever made, but I could definitely move my household to a different place. So, you know, I think for the beginning of the Not So Berry challenge it could be good, and that is what I'm doing. Yeah, so it is, like I said, a mid-century modern house. I was kind of surprised with how this turned out because I am not very good at mid-century modern houses. I just don't really know where to start with them because I feel like you could do a lot of stuff, and as long as you have the basic shape of a mid-century modern house, you can call it that, and it's kind of distressing to me. But I think it ends up looking nice, and it's also kind of weird that I'm not very good at them because where I live there's a lot of mid-century modern houses. There's a lot of Eichlers, which is a designer that makes a lot of those types of houses, so you would think that I would have a good understanding of how to do them. I just do not, so, you know, it's fine. But anyway, I want to apologize in advance if I say something twice or multiple times in this voiceover. This is the third time I've tried to record the voiceover for this house. I don't know why, I'm just really in my head today and I kind of forget that I'm talking and then I just forget what I'm saying and it goes really badly. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this will be the last time. But yeah, so if I kind of go on the same tangent 2 times, forgive me for it, okay? Just enjoy the build, watch the build, and ignore my voice. But anyway, like I was saying, this is for the Not So Berry challenge. I may or may not be doing this challenge on my channel. I'm kind of conflicted about it for several reasons. First of all, I play on a laptop, so my game kind of renders slowly, and it doesn't actually affect me when I'm playing that much. Like, I don't notice it at all. But when you watch the footage back, I've noticed, especially when I'm building, it just goes really slowly and it's not very pleasant to watch, so I could get around that by just trying to avoid moving the camera, or maybe I turn my graphics down lower while I'm playing. But I don't really want to do that, so we'll see how that goes. And then also, during Let's Plays, you have to live voiceover stuff, which is something that causes me some anxiety because I feel like, especially, even with build voiceovers, I'm not very good at them, and I kind of trip over my words a lot and get off on tangents really easily, and yeah. But then with Let's Plays, it's live, so unless you want to cut out the entire segment of gameplay that's going on, you have to have the entire thing in and kept in, and you have to be prepared to talk live and talk through what's actually happening on the screen, which I'm not very good at, as we all know from my build voiceovers. So yeah, I don't know if you can tell, I'm kind of nervous about that, but we'll see how that goes. I'll probably put up at least one part of it, at least one part of the challenge, and I'll see if it gets like a positive reaction, then maybe I'll go for more. If it doesn't, you know, I don't know, maybe I'll still put it up if I have fun with it. I don't want to commit to anything 100% right now. But I do also think that another reason I might want to start it is to see if people would enjoy watching that, because for some reason, I don't know why, but on my last 2 videos especially, I've not been getting a lot of views on them, which I don't really care about that much. Like, it's not a huge problem for me, but I'm just wondering if there's something going on with the algorithm, because like, even when I first started my channel, I got like a higher number of views than I do at the moment, and obviously my channel is pretty tiny right now anyway, so it's not to be expected that I would get a ton, but you know, I'm not sure, but if people would enjoy seeing that, then I think that's another reason I might want to do it. But yeah, I don't really want that to be a motivating factor though, because I never want that to be the reason that I make videos. Like, I never want the reason that I am doing YouTube to be for other people, because I find it fun and I don't want to stop finding it fun because I'm trying to please other people. So yeah. Anyway, we're just doing the dining room right now, and the sim that lives here, by the way, I should probably talk about that a little bit. In case you're unfamiliar with the Not So Berry challenge, it is for the Generation 1, which, as you already know, is mint colored themed, and basically they're a scientist. I forget their 3 traits. Let me see if I can remember them. I remember that all of them are green, probably because it's mint. So they're jealous, materialistic, and one more, which I can't remember right now, but it'll probably come to me at some random time during the video, and I'll just shout it out, and you'll be like, what is going on? And I'll be like, yeah, that's the 3rd trait. But anyway, so based on that, and then also they're in the scientist career, and I believe they have the Chief of Mischief aspiration. Based on all of that, the idea that or the vibe that I get from this sim is kind of pretentious, like probably smart, not very nice, or maybe they are nice, but they just kind of have a bit of a mean streak going on. I don't know, I definitely think I know some people like this in real life, and I'm kind of scared to do a Let's Play with sims like that, because I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but I always make nice sims. Like, that's always the sims that I play with. Maybe they have evil neighbors or something, but my household is always nice. And I'm kind of scared to have a household that's not exactly the most pleasant, because, yeah, I don't do that, and I don't want to play with sims that I don't like, so I am interested to see how that will go. It'll definitely be a change from the usual, or what I usually do. It could be a good one. Maybe I'll start making horrible sims all the time from now on. But I am excited because I know the whole point of the Not So Berry challenge is to kind of explore different elements of the game that you've never really played before. Personally, this is kind of sad. This is so sad. I don't really do gameplay that often in the first place, but I've never done one of the interactive careers, like where you go to work with the sim and you have all these things that you have to do. I do the city living one sometimes, where you stay home and you get to go out in the city and do stuff. But I just find those ones a lot more entertaining than, you know, having to go to a place. Although I enjoy the thought that they put into not having your sim just disappear in the rabbit hole. Like, obviously that's the point of the pack, the expansion pack, Get to Work, which is what the scientist career is from. So, yeah, I don't know. It should be fun is the point that I'm getting at here. But anyway, now we just moved on to the bedroom, and it is very mint. I use a lot of vintage glamour kind of throughout this house, or not a lot, but there's vintage glamour like thrown about, just because it basically everything in vintage glamour comes with a mint colorway, which I was having a hard time finding for a lot of the house, because I don't know if it's that obvious. I'm sure it is. This house is really more blue than it is mint, like light blues and stuff, because I was having a hard time finding some mint stuff in some stuff, and also, the more I built, the more I kept forgetting what mint was, and that sounds ridiculous and weird, and you're like, what are you saying? But I don't know, I just feel like, sorry, the 3rd trait is vegetarian. Okay, oh god, but anyway, what I was saying about forgetting what mint is the more that I was building, the more, like, everything, like, every color looked the same, and I was just trying so hard to find things that were mint, that it was like, this could be mint, like, this could be mint, and it was kind of bad. But, you know, it looks fine, so I don't think it's a problem, as long as it looks okay, because it's not like the color is really a key part of the challenge anyway, like, that's just part of what makes it more entertaining, but the actual challenge is obviously like completing the aspirations and having it, because it's a 10-gen legacy challenge. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to finish it, but, you know, maybe I will. Maybe this will be the challenge that actually gets me to do something. But, yeah, like I said, did I already talk about this? I don't think I already talked about this, so I'm going to talk about it. If I did, I apologize. But I didn't do a lot of clutter in this house, and the reason for that is that, well, there's 2 reasons for that, actually. 3, actually. First of all, I wanted to build it fast because I was having fun with it, and I didn't really feel like going in and putting clutter everywhere because that's just a lot of work and stuff. So that's reason number 1. Then reason number 2 is that this is a young adult sim. As far as my knowledge goes, no previous work experience, so they wouldn't have a ton of money, and I'm using money cheats already. The Sims already moved in here. I had to use money cheats to get them here. But aside from that, like, I don't want it to be too out of the realm of reality that they're living here, and so I tried to keep it, like, on the cheaper side. It's not on the cheaper side at all. It's really expensive, but that's okay. And then, additionally, there's a 3rd reason that I've forgotten. I am just very scatterbrained right now. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, this is the office. I feel like it's, I don't know, it's interesting. There's not a lot going on really, but they needed a desk area and stuff, and she's gonna be a scientist, so she needs all the sciencey stuff. I'm sure there's more sciencey stuff that I forgot to put in, but I put in the element rack, and I was proud of myself for remembering that. I was like, yes, I actually have to use an object that I don't think I've ever used that rack before. That's so sad. I am very bad at, see, this is the thing, I complain about the, like, lack of depth and diversity in the gameplay of The Sims 4, but then I don't use the stuff that's actually there, and it's kind of, so when I do use it, I'm, like, looking at myself and I'm like, wow, you really like to pretend like you know everything, but you really don't. So yeah, maybe this'll make me more educated in the Sims stuff. What am I saying? I don't know. Oh, I froze on the bathroom. That was a good job of me editing. This is such a bad voiceover. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, the bathroom is pretty tiny. I mean, it does have a full tub and shower combo. That's actually something, I mean, I basically always do that. I know that some people, like, they don't really ever have tubs, but it bothers me so much because I'm like, that's so, it just sucks because the way that they made the game, like, you need a tub to either wash your pets or you need a tub to wash toddlers, and so it sucks that sometimes you don't put one in there, because I know that logically you're like, oh yeah, I won't have a toddler, I won't have a pet, like, why would I need one? And that makes sense to think of it that way, but then for me, I'm like, no, I could at some point in the distant future have one of these things, and I need to have a tub so that I can do that and use it properly. And it, yeah, oh boy. Anyway, basically we finished the interior, and now we've moved on to the exterior. So I did some stuff with shelves and also some stuff with those, like, slate tiles from City Living, just because I felt like the exterior was pretty boring, and I wanted to make it more interesting. But the entirety of the backyard actually sits on this patio rather than being on grass in the backyard, which is what I usually do. I felt like that just made more sense because it's such a tiny lot that it would, like, take up space to have a patio and then stairs to get down to an actual, like, grass backyard. So there's not much up here on the backyard either, just because like I said, I'm pretty sure there's other items that I have not yet included in this build that I'm gonna need at some point for the scientist career. So I wanted to have some open space back there, and also, you know how it goes, as you do gameplay more, you'll get more stuff that you want to put down and you need and stuff. So yeah, that's what the backyard is so empty for. Also, maybe I could make a nursery extended back there. Did I talk about the nursery yet in this voiceover? I don't know. I don't even know. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so landscaping here. I'll do my landscaping rant again. So I always have a hard time landscaping in Oasis Springs because it's a very difficult task to get it, like, the proper mix between barren and lush. And I always like to landscape really lushly, but you can't really do that in Oasis Springs unless you want it to look totally out of place. So I had a hard time with that because also I don't like the way that it looks when you just have plain old foundation, like, on the ground and you don't have anything covering it up. But obviously that's kind of what you have to do a lot in this area, so it was an interesting process of acceptance, but yeah, that's okay. And then I just put a table out here and then the barbecue from toddler stuff because it's mint and I wanted mint stuff, so that's, you know, had to. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna call it now. So we're getting that into the video here. I'm so sorry for this much of a voiceover, but hopefully you enjoyed the build. And if you did, you can like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos, and then also you can click the bell for notifications if you want to get notified every time I upload a video. And if you want to play in this house, it will be on the Sims 4 gallery, and my origin ID is Thatsjaylin, so you can go to the gallery and download it for your own not-so-berry endeavors or other gameplay. And that's it, bye!